Praxis 5713 Science of Reading Explained Preparation Quiz. Question 1. A ninth grade English teacher is introducing a unit on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Knowing that students often struggle with Elizabethan language, which of the following introductory activities would be most effective in lowering the affective filter and building initial comprehension? Is it? Option A. Hand out a list of 50 vocabulary words from the play and have students look up the definitions and write sentences for homework before they start reading. B. Begin by reading the most famous scenes aloud in the original language, expecting students to grasp the meaning from her tone and expression. C. Start with a modern, abridged version of the play in graphic novel format to allow students to grasp the plot and characters before tackling the original language. Or D. Lecture on the historical context of Elizabethan England and Shakespeare's biography for 3 full class periods before mentioning the play. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. The concept of the affective filter refers to emotional variables like anxiety and lack of motivation that can block language acquisition and comprehension. Reading a complex text in a challenging, archaic dialect can raise this filter significantly. Using a graphic novel or modern version as a doorway allows students to understand the core narrativia euro, the plot, characters, and themesa euro, without the barrier of the language. This builds confidence and provides a framework that will make the original text much more accessible later. Option A is likely to raise the affective filter by creating a tedious, decontextualized task. Option B, while dramatic, is likely to frustrate students who cannot follow the language. Option D is a history lesson, not a literature lesson, and fails to engage students with the text itself. Question 2. A first grade teacher is planning phonics instruction. She introduces the consonant digraphs sh, ch, and th1 at a time over several weeks. For each digraph, she follows a similar routine. She explicitly states the sound, has students repeat the sound, shows them words containing the digraph, and has them practice reading and writing words with that digraph in isolation and in simple sentences. This instructional approach is best described as, is it? Option A. Systematic and explicit instruction. B. Inquiry-based learning. C. Whole language instruction. Or D. Balanced literacy approach. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. Systematic and explicit instruction is a hallmark of effective, evidence-based reading instruction, particularly for foundational skills like phonics. Systematic refers to teaching skills in a carefully planned, logical sequence, in this case, one digraph at a time. Explicit refers to direct, clear teaching of the skill, leaving nothing to chance or inference, e.g., stating the sound, modeling, providing guided practice. This approach is highly effective for ensuring all students master the code. Option B, inquiry-based learning, is a student-led approach where they discover concepts through exploration, which is not what is described here. Option C, whole language, often de-emphasizes explicit phonics instruction in favor of immersion in literature and guessing words from context. Option D, balanced literacy, is a broader philosophy that can include explicit phonics, but the specific routine described is a textbook example of systematic, explicit instruction. Question 3. A 5th grade student is reading a complex historical fiction novel set during the Great Depression. The teacher asks the student to keep a double-entry journal. On one side, the student copies a quote or describes an event from the text. On the other side, the student writes a personal reaction, a question, or a connection. This strategy is most effective for promoting which of the following? Is it? Option A. Summarization skills, by requiring the student to condense lengthy passages into a single sentence or quote. B. Reader response, by encouraging the student to actively engage with the text, construct personal meaning, and articulate their thinking. C. Fluency development, by requiring the student to write extensively about what they have read. Or D. Vocabulary acquisition, by forcing the student to identify and define unfamiliar words in the text. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. The double-entry journal is a classic strategy rooted in reader response theory, which posits that meaning is created through the transaction between the reader and the text. By recording their reactions, questions, and connections, students are not passively receiving information. They are actively constructing their own understanding and making the text personally relevant. This process deepens comprehension and engagement. Option A is incorrect because while a student might choose a quote, the goal is not to summarize the whole passage, but to select a meaningful excerpt for reflection. Option C is incorrect. Fluency is about reading rate and prosody, not about the volume of writing. Option D is a potential byproduct if the student chooses to focus on vocabulary, but it is not the primary pedagogical purpose of the strategy, which is to foster deeper interaction with the text. Remember, we can take your Praxis 5713 exam for you, remotely and undetected, with pass % score guaranteed. Message us via the number in the bio. Question 4. A 9th grade teacher is preparing students for a class debate. She provides them with a packet of articles representing multiple perspectives on the issue. She then asks them to work in groups to identify the main argument of each article and to list the evidence the authors used to support their claims. This task is primarily designed to develop students' ability to, is it? Option A. Summarize a text by condensing it into a few sentences. B. Analyze an author's argument and evaluate the credibility and relevance of evidence. C. Identify the genre and text structure of various types of articles. Or D. Locate the thesis statement in the introduction paragraph of each article. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. This task is a direct application of critical reading skills required for argument analysis. By identifying the main argument and then, more importantly, listing the evidence used to support it, students are moving beyond simple comprehension. They are beginning to analyze how an author builds a case and can start to evaluate whether the evidence is strong, relevant, and credible. This is a foundational skill for both academic reading and participating in a debate. Option A is a component, but the task goes beyond summary to analysis. Option C is a lower-level skill. Option D is a simplistic strategy that may not apply to all articles. Question 5. A teacher is working with a small group of students who are all reading the same text. She asks them to read a few pages silently and then come prepared to discuss a question she has posed. She then leads a discussion where students share their ideas, ask each other questions, and point back to the text to support their thinking. This instructional strategy is best described as, is it? Option A. A teacher-centered lecture. B. A literature circle or book club discussion. C. Reciprocal teaching. Or D. Round-robin reading. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. A literature circle or book club is a small group discussion strategy where students who have read the same text come together to share their thoughts, questions, and interpretations. The teacher's role is often that of a facilitator, guiding the discussion but allowing student ideas to drive it. The key elements are present. Students read the same text and then engage in student-led discussion. Option A is incorrect because the teacher is facilitating, not lecturing. Option C, reciprocal teaching, involves specific roles like predictor and clarifier, which are not mentioned. Option D, round-robin reading, is a whole-class oral reading activity, not a small group discussion. How many did you score out of 5? Let us know in the comments below. Also, tell us which exam we should cover next. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more.